Hello, I'm Dr. Velma Delavo of Those Solutions, and I lead partnership development and strategy for the Clean Energy Solutions Group. We are on a journey to execute the project entitled Advancing Agrivoltaic Solutions for Farmers Partnership Plan. Thus far, the prize has facilitated the outcomes and the results that we are sharing now. The importance of this work is the potential to increase the economic impact of Black, Indigenous, people of color farmers and farmers from rural and disadvantaged communities. This journey is not just about the destination, but also about the experiences and lessons learned along the way that we can share with others. This journey metaphorically captures 6 steps required to implement agrivoltaic solutions for farmers. Step 1 is preparing the soil with purpose, pursuit, and passion, all done years in advance of applying for the prize competition. Step 2 is choosing and planting the best seeds for a winning team to launch phase 2. Step 3 is cultivating the right conditions through forging key relationships with strategic partners, incorporating lessons learned, and refining our approach. Step 4 is seeing early signs of growth with tangible results. Step 5 is continuing to irrigate and fertilize through agrivoltaic research and practice. Step 6 is producing high yield output from a successful phase 2 submission and execution. What follows is a deeper dive into each of these 6 steps. Step 1, the first step in our journey, began in 2019 when Dr. Johnson Austin was first introduced to agrivoltaics by the Reverend Jerry Neely, who is the president of the Black Farmers Collaborative based in Tampa, Florida.
Hi, I'm Jerry Neely, Reverend Neely. I'm here with Dr. Sandra Johnson Austin in Beesville, which is a 40-acre new farm. African Americans that were freed just after the Civil War.
Reverend Neely, do you remember where you and I first met?
Absolutely, I remember. We met at the NAASFPP meeting and we were getting acquainted.
Well, what were you sharing with me that was so top of mind for you?
Well, it was about our project that we were reaching out to connect with Black farmers and hopefully to develop a project with them. And we had talked about connecting with Florida Agriculture and Mechanical University. And we went to their 3,800 acre farm and we just kept moving forward, exploring what we could do together. And we finally understood that agrivoltaics was the wave of the future. And so we engaged and we've been joined at hip ever since.
Sure were. So, what did I say to you, Reverend Neely? What were my exact words to you at the end of our first meeting?
This is what she said that I'd never heard before. After I told her about our project idea, she said, I would like to help you stand this project up. And I was just aghast. My jaw dropped, knowing that she was a well-educated, informed person. I just was so thankful that our paths had crossed. And since that time, we've been going forward. The work is getting done.
Absolutely. What's your favorite saying?
Do good.
Our mission is to 1, educate Black farmers about agrivoltaics through northern and central Florida, 2, develop a roadmap for implementation, and 3, formalize partnerships through MOUs to drive implementation.
The Clean Energy Solutions Group is comprised of 9 Black, Indigenous people of color, professionals with experience across multiple disciplines representing nonprofit community leadership, strategy development, technology transition, solar development, Black farming leadership, project management, workforce development, community engagement, and administration. So for the past 10 months, our team has worked through the National Renewable Energy Lab for technical assistance, as well as other academic industry leaders. Our knowledge of agrivoltaics has grown from the various technical assistance opportunities.
Step 3 along our journey was cultivating the right conditions through forging strong relationships with strategic partners, incorporating the lessons we've learned, and continuing to refine our approach. CESG developed a stakeholder community engagement plan to conduct effective outreach to all our partners, starting with Black farmers. In addition to educating, we spent time to listen and understand goals, priorities, and preferences. We also added other partners and leaders in areas such as solar development, social renewable energy credit sales, and financing in order to facilitate access to capital. In terms of positive impact, we have educated around 125 Black farmers, which represents about 5% of the 2,500 Black farmers in the state of Florida. We talked to them about agrivoltaic opportunities, challenges, and the potential benefits of implementing agrivoltaics on their farms. As stated earlier, the team of partners that we've built will benefit not only Black farmers, but also rural and disadvantaged farming communities, because these communities will have partnerships in place ready to facilitate evaluating feasibility and enable implementation.
We are now at step 4, and so after the cultivation has been completed, we should see signs of growth with tangible results. We're just going to talk about this. One of our proudest accomplishments is the execution of MOUs, which is the culmination of meeting and building relationships with members of the farming, financial, solar development, and other communities. The MOU really is just a framework for cooperation, guidance, and partnership. These partners will continue with us during the implementation phase. We had a target of 7 MOUs to be executed, and to date we have executed 15. Let's take a look at this Agrivoltaics Roadmap that we believe is actually the first of its kind to chart the pathway for successful implementation for farmers. This reminds me of growing up in Pittsburgh, piled up in our big station wagon going on a family road trip, being carefully guided by our AAA triptych, a printed, customized map. Well, this is what we have for the farmers. This roadmap really charts the path, starting with looking at land, doing assessments, feasibility assessments, etc., financial analysis, solar development, and then actually leading to that first generation of clean energy. Well, we will actually use this and deploy this with our demonstration site hosted by our teammate, Seta.
CESG is continuing to irrigate and fertilize our approach through agrivoltaic research and practice. Not only have we returned to Stacked Solar Garden for more best practices, we've also participated in the 2024 Agrivoltaic World Conference in Denver, Colorado, held June 10th through the 14th. Dr. Delaveau co-moderated a discussion of challenges, lessons learned, and solutions for BIPOC farmers implementing agrivoltaics. Our very own Seta Barnhart of Seatime Harvest Farms and our demonstration site location led discussions on that very same panel. And lastly, I served as a panelist for lessons learned on our journey that closed out the conference sessions.
Who'd have thought that I'll be in Denver again at Jack's Farm, where we have the model that we would hope to implement throughout the state of Florida, and how you can incorporate not just agrivoltaics, but the whole scheme of upscale farming into farming practices. We love what agrivoltaics brings to our table, and that involves a clean energy process of incorporating solar into the midst of farming. But there's so many other avenues that play into how you can expand your farm operation and it'd be a benefit for you in the long run. So my work in Florida to be one of the ones to implement an agrivoltaics project on my farm at Seatime Harvest Farms, it brings me great joy to be back at Jack's, where I can get some more tips on how to do it right, because I would promise you this brother's got it done right. So our journey has been wonderful. It's not finished, it's still a work in process, but we enjoy this process of how we get to, one, be a forerunner in doing agrivoltaics in the state of Florida, but then how we get to educate others about this process of implementing clean energy projects throughout the state.